So in ancient medicine we have discussed about the Indian ancient medicine. Today we'll see the Chinese and Egyptian medicine. So start with the China. Similar to India, there are two origins. One is mythological history and one is the written history or documented history. Mythological history belongs to the cosmic theory of yin and yang. Yin and yang, these are two opposite character or opposite forces, where yin is the male principle and yang is the female principle. It is light, it is dark, and this is represented by heaven and this is represented by the earth. So this is cosmic theory of yin and yang, which explain the opposite principles. Then human body consists of 5 elements. Similar to Ayurveda Panch Mahabhuta principles, here also the body consists of 5 elements: wood, metal, fire, water and earth. So this is the mythological history. But the important part is the documented or written portion, that is your pensao, which is nothing but a great herbal materia medica. This pensao is the earliest recorded compilation, which was recorded around 2700 BC ago by the King Shen Nung. In this documented history or in this pensao materia medica, what is recorded is more than 365 medicinal substances, which include plants, animals, minerals, preparations. So this is about the Chinese ancient medicine. Then Egyptian medicine. Similar to India, China, here also mythological origin and a written history. According to the mythology, Imhotep is the god of Egyptian medicine. Imhotep is the god of Egyptian medicine. Like in Indian medicine, we have discussed Dhanvantri was the god of Hindu god of medicine. Similarly, here in Egyptian mythology, Imhotep is the god of Egyptian medicine. But most important part is the written history, which is documented. Here KP and EP, Kahun Papyrus and Ebers Papyrus, these are two oldest papers. These papers were derived from the stem. This is the stem of the plant which contain pith. From this portion, these two papers were prepared and the history was recorded on this, and the name of the plant was Cyperus papyrus. So this is the origin of the term papyrus, from the plant Cyperus papyrus. So this Kahun papyrus it was discovered in fragments and it was discovered by the scientist Flinders Petrie in 1889. So this paper at present it is kept at the Petrie Museum of Egyptian Archaeology in the University College London, UCL. Similar to this paper, there is one Ebers papyrus which was discovered by the Eber, George Morris Eber, at place Thebes. Currently, this paper is present or preserved at University of Leipzig Library in Germany. So this is the history of these two papers, from where they are derived and what is the discovery time and at present where they are kept. So what is documented or recorded on these two papers, that is KP and ECP. These Kahun papers mainly gynecological diseases the diseases which are related with the female, like pregnancy, contraceptions, and some obstetric problems, they are documented. So based on these gynecological diseases, this paper is also known as Cowan Gynecological Papyrus. Second is the animal diseases, mostly cattle diseases and their treatment, that is documented. So this is the first veterinary medicine written record. A part of the Cowan Papyrus is recorded with our animal like cattle diseases. So this KP is the oldest medical text. This is the first veterinary text where cattle diseases and their treatments are recorded. In case of human being, only the gynecological female woman related diseases are recorded. But what is recorded over this Ebers paper? Here prescriptions are recorded. How many prescriptions? 800 prescriptions using 700 drugs. So this is all about the Egyptian medicine history. So in ancient medicine, after Indian, Chinese or Egyptian text, we are left with Greek and Germany. In case of Greek ancient medicine, it has two origins: mythological history and written or recorded or documented history. Mythological history similar to Indian, like god of Indian medicine Dhanvantari. Here Asclepius. Asclepius is known as god of Greek medicine. He has two daughters, Hygeia and Panacea. Hygeia is known as goddess of health and Panacea is known as goddess of cure. So this is the mythological history of Greek ancient medicine. The important one is the documented or the written record. So these are three Greek philosophers or physicians: Aristotle, Theophrastus and Pedanius, like 3 ATP, where Aristotle was a student of a philosopher Plato, and this Theophrastus is a student of Aristotle, and Pedanius Dioscoride is a student of again Aristotle. He also compiled the work of the Theophrastus. Aristotle is mainly related with the animals and Theophrastus related with the plants, and Dioscoride compiled this plant knowledge into book named as Materia Medica. So this Aristotle recorded observations on animals and he published one book, Historia Animalia. Theophrastus recorded observation on medicinal plants and recorded in the form of book Historia Plantarum. And this student of Aristotle, again Dioscoride, compiled the work of plants, medicinal plant, in the form of the book known as De Materia Medica in 5 volumes containing 600 medicinal plants. Aristotle proposed classification system for the animal species. Theophrastus classified plants, medicinal plants, based on their medicinal characteristic, and Dioscoride classified poison based on their origin, whether it is plant poison, animal or mineral. So this is about these three Greek philosophers, where the two are student of Aristotle, and they were he works on animals, so known as father of zoology, and this is father of botany, and he also worked on the medicinal plant, so he is also known as father of pharmacognosy. Pharmacognosy. And this Pedanius Dioscoride is known as father of materia medica. Materia medica. So after these three philosophers, Aristotle, Theophrastus, and this Pedanius Dioscoride, we are left with Hippocrates and Galen. Hippocrates, which is also known as father of medicine and father of Western medicine. He believed in healing power of nature. According to him, the body heals itself. There is no need of any treatment. So this was the belief of Hippocrates, that is healing power of nature. Then he was the one who separated religion, magic, god, superstition from the actual clinical science. Because of his effort, this art was converted into clinical science. Similar to Ayurveda, three dosa or three humors, in case of Hippocrates, there are four humors, which are derived from the four elements: air, blood, fire, yellow bile, earth, black bile, and water is phlegm. In case of Ayurveda, these were five elements. What is missing is the space or akash. This is the missing point. So in this theory, this is the similarity of the humoral theory with the Ayurveda three dosa concept or principle. So blood, yellow bile, that is representing the color of the fire, and color of the soil or earth is black, so you can remember black bile, and water, that is phlegm. Phlegm means sputum or more appropriate mucus. So Hippocrates had one student that is known as Galen. So Galen was student of Hippocrates. He was influenced by the Hippocrates, and his name was Claudius Galen. In Greek, it is known as Clarismus Galen. Galen was the first pharmacist. He was not a pharmacologist, he was the first pharmacist who performed many pharmacy related activities like extraction of plants and formulations of these extractions. He compiled all the knowledge in 20 books, which is known as Galenical work. He was also an anatomist. He publicly performed dissection on animals. So this all is about Galen. Then there is Rajesh. Raje was Persian philosopher. He was Persian philosopher. He was not a Greek origin. I kept with this because he was influenced by these two, Hippocrates and Galen. Sometimes this Rajesh also known as Arabian Hippocrates. Arabian Hippocrates. He distinguished or separated smallpox from the measles. Smallpox from the measles. He also used alcohol in practice, mercurial ointment, and he recorded all the clinical observations and his experience in one encyclopedia. That was 9-volume encyclopedia. In Arabic, it was known as Al-Hawi. So this was the encyclopedia of medicine and surgery, which was written in 9 volume, known as Al-Hawi. So the Persian philosopher influenced by these two, Hippocrates and Galen, and he is also known as Arabian Hippocrate. At the end, the ancient So after the Greek, ancient medicine in case of Germany, there is one Valerius Cordus. He compiled the first pharmacopoeia, whose title was Dispensorium. This was the first pharmacopoeia compiled by Cordus in 1547. After this pharmacopoeia, a number of pharmacopoeia was published. For example, London Pharmacopoeia published in 1618, Edinburgh Pharmacopoeia in 1689, United States Pharmacopoeia first time published in 1820, British Pharmacopoeia 1864, and Indian Pharmacopoeia first edition 1955. So these were some pharmacopoeia, but the first pharmacopoeia was the Dispensorium, and it was compiled by Cordus in 1547 in Germany. So this Pedanius Dioscoride, it compiled the first materia medica, De Materia Medica, and he is known as father of materia medica. This is the summary of your ancient medicine, as we started with India and up to Germany. So in India, what we have seen, father of Indian medicine, it was Charka, and father of Indian surgery, that is the Susruta, and god of medicine is the Dhanvantri. And there are 3 Samhitas, which are the great Samhitas. One is Charak Samhita and Susrut Samhita, Vagbhata written Ashtang Hridyam Samhita. In case of China, we have seen Pen Shao was the important book, herbal materia medica. Then in case of Egypt, Imhotep was the god of medicine, and here Kaun Papyrus and EP. In this paper, some veterinary medicine portion was there. Only 800 prescription and 700 drugs. In case of Greek, there is Greek god, which is Asclepius, and we have seen ATP, Aristotle, Theophrastus and Pedanius Dioscoride, first materia medica. Then Hippocrate, Galen and the Persian one, that was the Raji. Germany, there is only one, Cordus, who compiled first pharmacopoeia. So these are the MCQs which can be derived from the ancient medicine. The first Chinese text was Pen Shao, and Egyptian text was Kaun Ebers Papyrus. Out of this, veterinary medicine portion was KP, and in this Aristotle, Theophrastus and the first materia medica compiled by Dioscoride, and first pharmacopoeia by Cordus. So this was all about the ancient medicine. Next class we'll see about the MBBS, that is your modern medicine concept, where some of the students and their teachers and some of the fathers of pharmacology.